In this video, you will learn about the dynamic email content options you can configure during the build step of the Sugar Market Email Builder. Now that you've learned how to create segments and configure dynamic elements in the setup step of the email builder, including your subject line, from name, and more, we will now look at how you can use the dynamic email content in the body of an email, such as customizing images, text blocks, and more. To begin using dynamic email content, we'll need to create a new email campaign through Email Builder by going to the Emails module in the navigation bar and selecting Create Email. As a reminder, dynamic email content can also be used in any emails, including emails within Nurture Builder. However, those emails will need to be created and configured within the Nurture Builder itself. For the purpose of this video, we'll stick to creating a single email using Email Builder. After completing steps 1 and 2 of the Email Builder, we'll be ready to add dynamic elements to our email through the Build step. If you need more information on Step 1, the Setup step, and Step 2, the Type step of the Email Builder, feel free to check out the Email Builder course on SugarU or refer to the second part of this series. To start using dynamic email content on the Build step, we'll navigate to the Widget section on our left-hand sidebar. Below your traditional static elements, you'll see the dynamic elements you have available in the Email Builder. These consist of dynamic text, dynamic buttons, dynamic images, dynamic image groups, dynamic images plus captions, dynamic social buttons, and dynamic code blocks. As per our original example mentioned in part 1 of this series, we are sending a marketing email with a picture of various fruits to everyone in our marketing list. However, for recipients who are in the state of Georgia, we want the picture to specifically show peaches since it's the fruit the state is known for. In addition, we want recipients from Hawaii to see a picture of pineapples for that same reason. The first thing we'll do is drag and drop the dynamic image element into the desired spot of our email. Once added, we'll need to configure our element. To do this, we will click on the element to display the Edit menu. While this menu looks mostly the same as a traditional image element, there is an additional lightning bolt icon. This icon controls the dynamic part of this element and will display the default category and settings when clicked. Before jumping into our dynamic configuration, we will focus on setting up the image for the default segment. Your default image will appear to recipients that do not meet the criteria you've configured for your segments. For example, if the recipient resides in Florida or California, not Georgia or Hawaii, the email will display this default image. Once we've added the default image, we can proceed with configuring our dynamic images for our Georgia and Hawaii residents. To do this, we'll click on the element once again and select the lightning bolt icon from the Edit menu. Then we'll select Settings from the drop-down menu. The dynamic content window will then appear, prompting us to select our segments. We do have the ability to create a brand new segment from this window. However, since we already set up our segments in part 1 of this series, we will click Use Existing Segments. Click the drop-down to find the appropriate segment, then click Save. From here, we can edit or duplicate our existing segment as well as add additional segments for other dynamic content. Repeat this process to add as many segments as you'd like. Once we've added all our desired segments, we'll click Save. Now that the segments are added, we can configure our dynamic images. Click on the element once again to prompt the Edit menu and then select the lightning bolt icon. This time we'll see additional options in the drop-down to represent the segments we added. We'll start by configuring the contacts located in Georgia image. Once this menu item is selected, you'll see a blank image placeholder. Click the second icon on the Edit menu to add your image either from Upload, URL, the Asset Library, or Unsplash, a royalty-free stock photo website. After adding the image, we can use the other Edit menu icons to change the size of the image, add alt text, hide on mobile, and more. We will now repeat this process to add an image of a pineapple for our other segment contacts located in Hawaii. All other dynamic elements in the email builder will be configured similar to this, in which you'll use the lightning bolt icon to add and control your different segments. Feel free to customize your email using a mixture of dynamic and traditional elements to ensure it looks exactly like you planned. Once you've completed creating your email, you're able to preview it by clicking on the eyeball icon in the top right corner. We can use the Preview Variations window on the right side to see the different variations of our email. We're able to apply one segment to all dynamic elements in the email, or view what each individual element will look like using the drop-down items below. In addition, we can also see what this email will look like to a particular contact or lead we have in our database using the Imitate Contact option. Simply type in the record's email address, and the preview will adjust accordingly. You now have the knowledge needed to create dynamic emails in SugarMarket to further personalize your content for all types of recipients. For more information on dynamic email content, feel free to visit the Sugar CRM support site or ask any questions you might have in Sugar Club. Happy email building!